right, to understand what opportunities out there. And one thing I find a lot of people lacking is this basic information. What is available? If you find a large company or even a mid-tier company, there are many functions within that organization. So if you're looking at a pharmaceutical firm, you might say, okay, well, I'm not a pharmacy major. But within that, there's sales, marketing, there's infrastructure, analytics, data analysis, and all types of things within the construct of that one firm. So I think what happens, you have to find out the information. You have to go and research and look to find out what's out there, what's available. Mm-hmm. You have to understand the art of the possible before you can actually, undertake any kind of search. And also, if you're looking for a career shift, understand what's out there. What are those parallel career paths that you can actually migrate into without, major disruption in your career?
Now, do you think, in part of that information process, we see a lot of the younger guys that kind of go on and they kind of do their own thing. They kind of want to just search and do this all themselves. Do you think that it's an issue we need to address at some point with, again, young men of color not looking towards older, more experienced men of color for maybe those networks or that mentorship to get them ahead?
Well, I think that it's a problem overall. People are not accustomed to talking to one another. I think between the generations, the younger people, they don't see any value. They don't understand. It's like, well, why would I talk to someone who's 25, 30 years older than me? What are we going to talk about? Well, I think there is a lot of common ground. I mean, me myself, I find a lot of value in understanding history from my elders. I just happen to like to hear about all the things because it does give you a certain perspective on common experiences, right? You learn a lot. So I think you want to break down those walls to say, hey, let's find some common ground first. Sometimes when I interact with some younger people, we might start out talking about basketball or sports or about cars or some other type of common area, right? Maybe even business opportunities. Then once you break those walls down, now you can start to have substantive conversations about other things. Because you don't want to start out not necessarily just initially criticize someone's career choices and say, why are you doing that? Well, have a conversation first, get to know that person, break those walls down. And now they're more at ease, that person is more at ease to start asking questions. Because sometimes people might find asking questions to be intrusive as opposed to just normally seeking information. I say you should be normally inquisitive, but that's not natural for everyone.
Would you tend to agree that economics and finances and money in general and wealth creation are probably the preliminary and baseline for everything else as far as, empowering people of color?
Well, I think one of the things you're looking at is obviously impact of generational wealth. And there's a big difference between making the right choice and making the wrong choice. And I think people don't realize what is out there. What are the opportunities out there? We often hear people coming out of school and they say, hey, it looks like it's great. I have a job. It's paying maybe $30,000 or $35,000. It's great. But we know that there's a tremendous economic shift where the buying power is not where it was 25 or 30 years ago. Now you should be seeking $130,000. Okay, even that doesn't make you rich, but it just makes you a little more comfortable. And these are things that, again, can become generational game changers if you start making those right choices and driving towards the right things. It's out there and it's possible. Then, once you do that, making the right investment choices, right? Where are you putting your money? We have a forum coming up at the Washington School in Plainfield with our strategic partners, Primerica and City National Bank, to discuss, obviously, what do you do with your money once you make it, right? And we know that there's a critical time period of your maximize your earning potential through a particular period of time. And what are you doing with that so you can maximize it and compound it? Okay, if you make poor choices, time becomes either your friend or your enemy. So it's very important, it's very critical that people start thinking about this and start thinking this way so that they might make the right choices so that later on, and we know that the entire economic complexion has changed, but later on now they're not regretting those choices.
Great. Thank you so much, Troy. Appreciate the time.
Anytime. Thank you.
All right, go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon.
Ready?
Yo, you got the glow right now.
You do have the glow. I do see the glow.
You look good, trust me.
You got the glow.
So Troy, let me interview you for a second. So we see a lot of folks, Hey Gabe, man, say what's up, man.
What's up?
All right.
Matthew Tyler, Alpha Psi Sprint 09, CFO of Alpha Psi Omega Graduate Chapter, Phi Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated.
J Urban Music, believe in yourself.